What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I don't know what it is, but it's phenomenal.
All right, people, we're going to try something a little different today.
I cannot solve your problem, sir. Only you can.
Am I missing something?
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
The reality is, humans are humans are humans, and that's never going to end.
No, I do mind. The dude minds. This will not stand.
It's a big, big deal.
Hello. You speak English, sir? Parlo usted English?
60% of the time, it works. Every time.
I've done the math on this. We've talked about it on this show before. That's a fact.
You'll learn a little something about yourself.
That's us, dude.
That's why we're radio show hosts.
That's right.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad.
Let's do this.
Discussing issues that matter to you. Finding real answers using logic and reason. KLZ 560 presents Rush to Reason. Now, here is your host, John Rush.
And I'm your host, John Rush, Rush to Reason, KLZ 560. Up right now, it's our Monday Mortgage Minute with Kurt Rogers. Kurt, welcome. What's going on?
Hey, Kurt.
Not a whole lot. It's kind of funny to see how dark it is 5 o'clock, isn't it?
I don't like it, Kurt.
I don't think funny's the word Dan and I are using.
So, Kurt, if I got rid of my mortgage insurance and you lowered my rate, does that mean the sun will stay out longer?
Wait a minute. Let me think. No.
Oh, darn it.
But it makes it makes more palatable.
There you go.
It puts you in a better position, but no, it doesn't change the time.
Okay, so talk to us about the asset manager loan. We don't talk about that a lot. I have it. I can talk about it, but you're the king of it.
Well, the loan was created in 1965. Most people don't know that because we're the only country in the world that does 30-year fixes.
Right.
And we do them with compound interest. And when you do that, you know, most people, when they look at their clothes, they'll see that they pay 2/3 of what they're borrowing, and they'll pay back in interest.
Right.
The asset manager works off simple interest and allows you to basically get paid the same rate as you're paying on your mortgage for money that sits in your checking account. It applies the interest to your principal, which pays your home off faster. So guess what? You pay less profit to the bank, you own your home faster, and you don't change one penny of your spending habits.
Okay, so who would this loan be designed for? Is there any particular customers that are more, fitted for this loan, or is it something anybody could look at?
Anybody could look at. The only thing you really need to be is financially disciplined. Disciplined, that was good.
Disciplined.
What I mean by that is just because you see you have equity that you can access doesn't mean you spend it. If your goal is to pay your home off faster, there's not a better way to do this. And the advantage that this loan has, they will give you the same rate on a $150,000 loan as they will at 2.5. They don't charge you for cash out. They don't charge you for any of that.
Yeah, the nice thing about this loan, and I have it, so for anybody out there listening, especially folks that I think are self-employed, typically self-employed people, typically understand how to manage their money a little better than most. That doesn't mean that they all do, but typically speaking, they do. And it's great, I think, for self-employed individuals where you may have an opportunity that comes up. You've got the ability then to actually dip into that reserve, if you would, go out and do what you need to do. As soon as that deal is done or you've made some money back, maybe hopefully even made extra money back, you can put that down onto that mortgage, pay it down, and to your point, Kurt, earn money doing so.
Well, that or anybody that gets commissions, you get bonuses or end-of-year bonuses, you can actually make that money have a lot more power in this account than not. So, yeah, it really leans more towards those folks.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, say you're somebody that maybe gets a, $10,000 end-of-year bonus. Instead of just putting that money into a money market account where you're literally going to earn little to nothing off of it, because typically speaking, that money needs to be liquid because people, for the most part, Kurt, most people in that circumstance would use that money to typically live off of. I mean, that's kind of factored into the into what they bring in on an annual basis, but they may not need the money right that second. Maybe they don't need it until the second quarter of the year, for example, but it's an end-of-year bonus. In this case, they could pay the mortgage down and still have access to it anytime they need it.
Right. They're going to lower the interest they pay to the bank. They're going to own their home faster on money that just sits there doing nothing. Yep. Correct.
All right. So how do they call you and get a hold of you?
720-895-0500. Or they can go to our website at haystack.net.
Hey, Kurt, what you got coming up on Haystack tomorrow at noon?
Well, there's been a lot of talk about title companies and people stealing money on wire transfers. When you're buying a home, some of the crooks are being able to get in and steal your wire transfer money. So I've got a title specialist on tomorrow to help protect you, that if you're in that process, how to make sure your money doesn't get lost in a wire transfer.
I didn't even know that could happen.
Yeah, it's a big scam going on.
Oh, it's happening a lot.
Yeah, it has.
Holy cow! Well, that's gonna be a good show tomorrow.
I've actually I've read about that, Kurt, and I think even have somebody that we know that was a victim of that. So yeah, it's a big deal that happens.
It is.
Yep, good stuff, Kurt. Thanks as always. Really appreciate it. Phone number one more time.
720-895-0500. You guys take care.
We'll
Thanks,
do it,
Kurt.
Kurt.
You
Thanks
too.
so much.